Welcome to KISS Racing on Zwift. Here you will find enjoyment, pain and Type 2 fun. Make sure you have KISS in your surname followed by your racing cat in brackets. This can be done via the Zwift mobile link or by the menu button. Click the menu button on the bottom left of your screen, and then by using the edit pencil icon you can change your name. See how others in the group have their names set up? You should follow this style. Power-ups are allowed for this race, and you can also ride any bike of your choice. Try and grab a wheel or work together in groups. The draft will help everyone out and also make for a great race. You will see the time of those in front start to come down.
Okay, we're back. Let's see. We are live. We're with Dan Fleeman here. 2 laps, London Loop. You know it's not just me. Are you ready for the surprise? I'm about to show you. Let me click on the screen. You know the 4 names that are here. Top left, Samuel Brenland. Bottom left, Dan Fleeman. Top right, Frank Sorbara. Bottom right, Alex West. The 4 Goliaths of Zwift Racing here live. Zwift Community League. 2 laps London Loop. 40 minutes. All out fun. It's going to be madness. I'm here with you. The live British Championship is going on, but we're having fun with the community. That's what it's about. We're showcasing community members on Zwift. We're watching them suffer. We're watching the pain together. Let's take a look. So right now I'm looking at Messineo. The Dart is in the group. There's about 80 to 90 riders left in the front pack. The race just started. We're 2 minutes in. If you've noticed, I'm not wearing the Dirt sweatshirt. If you were here yesterday, you heard me say live on air that the Dirt sweatshirt will not be washed. It will be worn every single stream. Well, who would have guessed that my wife was listening while I was on that stream? She then proceeded to drive here to my work, grab the dirt sweatshirt and the hat, and bring it home, and it's in the washing machine right now. So just when you think you're superior and nothing can stop you, you're rolling with the 2-week-old unwashed sweatshirt that just stank and the hat that just stank. My wife rolls in, she lays down, she wears the pants, she shows me who's boss, she takes them both, and they were in the washing machine. So what are you gonna do? So now you're here, Sterny, raw, uncut, ready to go. 2 laps, just regular London loop, going around London and then up Box Hill 2 times. Each lap about 20 to 21 minutes, 40-minute race. It's going to be loads of fun. Now, I was doing my research. I want to bring back the 4 riders, Samuel Brenland in the top left, and I want to showcase Alex West in the bottom right. Now, these 2 riders have the 2 fastest times up Box Hill in the entire game. They both have been up Box Hill in 5 minutes and 15 seconds, both cranking out 7.3. Yes, that's right, 7.3 watts per kilogram up Box Hill for 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Again, Brenland is in the top left, and Alex West is in the bottom right. If you don't know Brenland, top-ranked Zwifter in the game, and if you don't know Alex West, 2018 Zwift Academy finalist. Now, that's not discounting the other 2 riders that are here, because in the bottom left is Dan Fleeman. And if you're not familiar with Dig Deep Coaching and Dan Fleeman, then I don't know, you've been hiding under a rock, because Dan is one of the fiercest hill climbers in the game. And his time of 5:39 up Box Hill at 6.3 is nothing to scoff at. And also, our good buddy Frank Sorbara, Draft's newest member. Frank digs deeper than any rider I know on Zwift, and you'll see it in his face. That's why we love Frank, because he wears his heart on his sleeve. He has more passion and more love for the game than a lot of these guys out here. All 4 of these riders are still in this main pack. They're going to go left here, and they're going to go around London 1 time, and then they're going to go up Box Hill. Like I said, this is 2 laps of London, and each lap will include Box Hill. Now, if you're not familiar with Box Hill, it's the hill of this course. So the hill could take anywhere from 5 to 6 minutes. For your average rider like myself, it'll be 8 to 9 minutes, but for these guys, it'll be 5 to 6. And below me is Alex West. Alex West rides on his iPad. Alex West is looking great. We also have Dan Fleeman standing up, getting out of the saddle, stretching out the legs because Box Hill's coming. There's Dan. We also have Brenland. Here's Brenland. Looks unfazed, very focused. Lastly, Frank Sorbara. Frank, not wearing a shirt, looking good, showing off the guns. Okay, so I believe we're going to make a left turn, and that's Box Hill. Once they go over the bridge, that's going to be Box Hill. But I'm pretty sure they're supposed to go around the flat before this one time around Box Hill. So let's take a look at the other riders in here. I'm looking at the other names because below me is Frank Sorbara of Team Draft. There's 80 plus riders still in this pack, and this is what we're doing. We're showcasing the community. Yes, there's professional riding going on. Yes, it's fun. Yes, we love Zwift, but this is the community. This is the indoor specialists. We love the average riders. We're the 99%ers. I love showcasing these guys. I love showcasing all of us. Moving up, here's the Dart Frog in the front pack. I think I'm just good. Okay, here's Frank. So Frank's below me. Frank's off the front. I don't think Frank's doing any significant moves, holding 4 to 5, which is right around his FTP. I know when I see those numbers, I think, oh my god, these guys are going hard, but to them, it's a whole different league. So 4 to 5, Frank's comfort zone. For me, 4 to 5, 1 minute max power, something silly like that. Let's click around for some other names. Hughes, White. I'm seeing if there are any other checks mark, any other verified riders. I see a lot of Cryogen riders. I wonder if there are going to be any Team Tactics, because Dan Fleeman, right here, getting out of the saddle, is a member of Cryogen. So if there's going to be any Team Tactics, they'll probably be working for Dan Fleeman right here. I saw Sam Lindsay's name, Innovation Rider, another threat to be on the lookout for. I see some red numbers coming out of Morton Vang, but I think these guys are just getting out of the saddle because the hill's coming. They're all going to stay together, stay fairly muted until this climb comes. About 30 seconds. Everyone's just biding their time, seeing if they can take those deep breaths, biding their time. Again, below me is Dan Fleeman. I have a feeling Dan's going to launch on this hill because there's no messing around when Dan Fleeman's riding. Let's get back to the 4 riders. Again, we're live on twitch.tv/indoor specialist, and we're live on our Facebook. We're also live on YouTube. So do me a favor, check us out on all 3 of those spots. Follow us, subscribe. That's how you can really support us. Let me get back to the race. I'm going to stay on Frank because I know Frank's going to make it in this front pack. Again, Frank's in the top right. In the top left is Samuel Brenland. Brenland is the number 1, not number 2, not number 100, number 1 ranked Zwifter in the entire world. He won the Swedish national championships on Zwift. Oh, I see Vuisen, another one with a top 5 time on Box Hill. All of these guys, I think all 10 of the top times ever up Box Hill are in this race right now. Vuisen, Alex West. You can see his avatar getting out of the saddle. I love that new jersey. I love that new Wahoo black, bluish color. Here's Frank. Dan Fleeman and Brenland with the red numbers. Both Fleeman, all 4 of these guys are in the top 10. Looking absolutely phenomenal. Martin Vang is on the front, charging at 6.5. But like I said, Alex West and Brenland have climbed this on average at 7+. So it might look like these numbers are high, but all these guys can do it. I want to look at the faces. Brenland in the top left, he's looking focused. Dan Fleeman in the bottom left, he's going hard, but nothing out of control. There's Frank in the top right. Now Frank can get pretty crazy, and for this, Frank at 185. He's looking good, very comfortable. And there's Alex West in the bottom right, looks very comfortable also. All these guys are seated, laser focused. We're going up this hill 2 times. So this is just a little teaser. This will string out the pack. This will get the bunch down to a select few, but it won't whittle it down to the absolute winning bunch. There's still a lot. I'm moving back, trying to count how many are left. A little gap at 30th place. The Dart Frog, I don't know if he's going to make it to the front pack. He knows the draft is leaving him, so the Dart's going to make this front pack in the top 30s. And that's what it's down to so far, but we're only 10 minutes into the race. This is a fairly short race, 40 minutes, 2 laps of the London Loop. We all know this course. It's flat besides Box Hill, and Box Hill matters. So it's a steady 5 to 6 minute climb at 5 to 6%. And after they go under the KOM banner, it'll get a little downhill, but then it'll be a quick leg snapper again before the real downhill. So this could be a solid tempo effort, but I do believe there will be attacks thrown in there, and that's what looks like is happening right now. Sam Lindsay at the front, Frank and Fleeman and Brenland and Alex West. All 4 of these guys are still in the top 10, and we absolutely picked the right 4 today because all of these guys, this is the perfect course for them. They know how to ride Box Hill. They have some of the best times up this hill. They can all climb it at over 6 watts per kilogram average. Absolutely crushing it in this pack. The Dart in this precarious position. Is he going to make the front pack? Is he going to get dropped? Because the draft is so close. Come on, Dart. We're all rooting for you. Okay, again. Oh, a lot of feather power-ups. This is interesting. I didn't expect this. It might be that a lot of guys are suffering under the hood, and it's just not visible right now. Okay, Brenland in the top left. He looks a little pained. He's looking right at us. He knows we're watching. He knows the world is watching. I don't know if he's feeling the pressure. Sam Lindsay is going to grab the wheel of Kobayashi. Maybe it's the hot dog eating champion of the world, but I think it's a different Kobayashi. So Sam Lindsay, Lionel Vujasin, Hughes is here, Bike is here. I'm giving ride-ons to all these guys to tell them that we're watching, we're cheering them on. Morten Vang, it's still a solid, dense group. If you look at the top right in this mini map, I'm going to show you quickly. In the top right, once this little curve hits, you can see my cursor right here. Once this little curve hits, that's the top of the hill basically. So they're almost there. Once they round this right turn, it flattens out. And this is the crucial junction where it matters if you're in the draft or you're not in the draft. So you'll see the speed start to gain. You'll see the incline come up to 6, but it will flatten out. The speeds will go up. The draft will start to increase. They'll go under the banner again. You'll see a lot of trucks being burned, exactly what we predicted. A lot of kind of useless power-ups. People will still want that arrow power-up. Even though this hill is hard, it's still about the arrow power-up because the incline isn't really enough. Another van power-up is being dumped. Sam Lindsay, a 1 second gap, but no one's really falling for it. Under the banner they go. A little downhill, then it'll be one more leg snapper. Everyone has to stay focused and everyone has to stay attentive because you'll see red numbers one more time before the long downhill really comes. A lot of Wahoo Canyon cycling jerseys in this front pack. Vuisen for sure, Diegner absolutely, and there was Alex West. So that's the third Canyon ZCC cycling kit that we saw. Moving back up, still downhill. Let's do a final count of this front pack. It's 26 exactly. Kobayashi, I don't know. So here comes the red numbers. Here comes a little incline. Very short, but very steep. You can see the red up here in the top right, 9-10%. Here comes all the red numbers. I don't believe anyone's going to get caught off guard, but it will burn another match for all four of these riders. Let's look at their faces. They're all standing up. They're all out of the saddle. Crunching it one more time, pushing it through the top, over the hill. Move back, see if anyone gets dropped. Kobayashi, ooh, Kobayashi, you hate to see that happen. Okay, but Gavin Hughes is still here. Now it's down to 23 riders. So it was 30, it was 28, now it's 23. 23 is officially the front pack. All the big names are here. In the top left, Brenland is in the pack. All four of our guys are still in it. Whoever's on the broadcast of the day, that's who we root for. I love all these guys, but I guess we're winner pickers. So whoever's on the broadcast, that's who we're cheering for. Brenland, top left. Dan Fleeman, bottom left. Frank Sorbara, top right. And Alex West, bottom right. All four of these guys, phenomenal guys. We're going downhill. We got about 3 minutes. Rest, recover. You'll see the watts get as low as possible. That's what's on everyone's mind. So they worked really hard, and now it's about conserving, getting the heart rate as low as possible, shaking the legs out, spinning the legs out, doing as little as possible, but maintaining positioning in this draft. So the two rules of Zwift are, oh, and an arrow power up. What is going on? What is Sibrandy doing with an arrow power up? I'm just floored right now. And I think that was a mistake. And I think the pack knows something must be awry because all of these riders have the experience and the wherewithal to know an arrow power up right now is not the right move. So again, two rules of Zwift racing. First rule, always stay in the pack. Always stay in the draft, no matter what. If you get dropped, you're done. Your race is over. Rule number two, if you're in the draft, like right now, you want to go as easy as you can. So they're in the draft. Rule number one is done. Now rule number two comes into play. Going as easy and getting the heart rate as low as possible. And you'll see some of these heart rates, 138. Let's look at Brent Kirchmeier, 154. Just clicking around. Alex West, 132. So these are zone 1, zone 2 heart rates right now. And that's everyone's goal. It's kind of a race to who gets the lowest heart rate. They'll go through this tunnel. They'll go up the escalator and the heart rates will spike again. So if you can get it low so it doesn't spike as high as it did on Box Hill, you're making progress. You're lowering your heart rate, you're flushing out the lactic acid, you're getting back into your aerobic zones. Now, I don't know anything about cycling, I'm just making all this up, so take it all with a grain of salt. Okay, back to the front of the pack. Waldemar is in the front. All the red numbers are about to explode. They're going to take the speed and continue it through the escalator. This is where the numbers will really pay dividends because the higher you crank it, the less time you have to stay on that hill. Another van power up. being dumped by this Dutch racing, no, by someone else. I believe this other Dutch racing rider. Do a quick count. Oh, Deegner is off. Oh no, what happened to Deegner? Ugh, you hate to see that one too, because he's the real deal. I wonder if he had to drop out or something like that. It had to have been, because he's just too strong to let that happen at that exact spot, and he has too much experience in the game for that to happen. So, man, heart breaks. He's been on the stream. We love him. So that's one Canyon ZCC out. Vuyasin and Alex West are the two left. Alex West is in the bottom right. He's here live with us. I have a feeling Alex might do something for Vuyasin up the second time on Box Hill, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, I forgot to do my count. Okay, the dart is holding the bag. Wow, his heart rate is low, 145. Ooh, the dart could be a threat. So I still think 22 now, because we had 23, then Deegner was out. So I think 22, 23 now. All of them are still a solid bunch. Looking at numbers in the 3s to 4s. So right in that, you know, below threshold zone. All of these riders are recovering. I wonder how fast they're going to do this lap. If they can do it under 20 minutes, that's going to be very fast. It's going to be close to that 20-minute mark. I think the first KISS Community League, this, you know, about 12 hours ago, was around 41 minutes for the leader. So that was 2 laps at 20 minutes and 30 seconds. Or actually, rather, including the starting pen, that's probably gives them a little more time. So I think this race is going a lot faster if they can manage this lap, and it looks like they're going to go right around 19 minutes and 45 seconds. Any other power-ups might be dumped if it's not arrow, if it's not a feather, but nothing yet. Let's take a peek on all 4 of them. Looking at Brenland in the top left, looking good, very focused. Dan Fleeman in the bottom left, just jumping out of the saddle, nothing crazy. Here's Dig Deep there's Dig Deep coaching. There's Dan Fleeman, heart rate 155. Dan's looking smooth. Top right, Frank Sorbara, team draft. Frank is looking great, sitting in the saddle. I want to find Frank, always on the front. We keep finding Frank. If it's where's Frank, we just look to the front and there's Frank. And here he goes, red numbers now. Frank is trying to catch everybody off guard. Okay, let's focus on Frank. Here's Dan Fleeman. Okay, there's Frank. He's still holding 6.0. I'm wondering if anyone's going to go with him. But Box Hill's coming again. I think everyone's still exhausted from that first round up box. But Frank's going to go for it. He's going 6. He's really going to try to keep the watts on. 300 plus, close to 400 watts. 6.0, 7.0. Let's check out the back view of Frank. Okay, no one's really making a move. I wonder... Alex West is just sitting in. I know Alex West is a threat, but no one's really going after. Everyone's still kind of looking around in the pack. Vuyasin still at 3.0. Brennan. Oh, and Frank is going again. He's going with his move. This is Frank's move. So I think he's determined, because this is a Dart Frog move. I wonder if the Dart Frog is going to go for this one. Okay, there's Frank. Still off the front. Still hovering around this 4 or 5 second area. But I don't know. So again, we're indoor specialists. We're showcasing the community. We're live on Facebook. And we're live on twitch.tv/indoor specialists. We're also live on YouTube. Make sure to like us. Make sure to subscribe. We're showcasing people from all walks of life, all different parts of the community. This is Frank. He's a triathlete. He was the world champion long course triathlete in the age groupers. So he recently turned pro. Love having him on the stream. This is his second time on the stream. Just a phenomenal athlete. You could see it in his face. You could see him crunching it. A lot of times when I'm riding, all I see is avatars. All I see is characters in a game that are riding. And I forget that these are real people that are really suffering out there. And that's why we're doing this, so we can showcase all these guys suffering. In the top left, Brenland is in Sweden. In the bottom left, Dan Fleeman is in England. In the top right, Frank is in Canada. And in the bottom right, Alex is in, I believe, Australia or New Zealand. So this is really a worldwide production that we're putting on. Again, if you're listening, if you want to get your teammates focused, if you want to get focused, just inbox us and we'll get you on. I think on Wednesday we did a B race, so it doesn't matter what kind of ability you are, A through D, inbox us, we'll get you on here. We're showcasing the community. There's plenty of venues out there for the pros, but there's not much for the community, and that's why I love this. I always tell this story, but the one time Nathan Guerra said my name, it not only made my ride, but it made my year. I showed everyone in my extended family, so that's what I love, and that's what I want to do here. I want to shout out everyone's name. I don't care where you are. We'll showcase your race. We'll do a broadcast, and it's all about having fun and enhancing the community. So again, we're looking at the top 22 riders of the Zwift Community League, of the KISS Community League, excuse me. They're going to go up through Trafalgar Square and then back down and around Box Hill one more time. They completed one lap, and we have one lap to go. Not much has happened since the last Box Hill. Frank Sorbara tried to launch one attack. Frank is in the top right, but nothing really played out. One rider's on the front right now. Looks like it's Hughes. I don't know if this is a serious move, right? Or if Hughes, yeah, it looks like Hughes is coming back down in the 200s. So I think he might have just been standing up, stretching his legs, just trying to make it up the hill. Clicking Frank, Morten Vang, a regular name. We always see him riding in this race. Stefan Kirchmeier is here, who also I believe has a top 5 time all time up Box Hill. So again, all of these guys are looking smooth, trying to get in those last breaths, taking some water, towel off. You can see Dan in the bottom left toweling off. Box Hill's coming one more time. They're going downhill. Let me zoom out the mini map in this top right. Yeah, so they're going downhill just a little bit. Kind of relaxing. All 4 of these guys. Brainland, Swedish national champion on Zwift. Frank, professional triathlete. Dan Fleeman, digdeepcoaching.com, dad of 2, wife, professional world tour rider. I think he was on the Cervelo test team. Yeah, Dan is the real deal. And then you have Alex West, 2018 Zwift Academy finalist. He checks all the boxes. This is really a course for Alex West. If he can hang up in the front with the Vujasins, with the Dan Fleemans, with the Brainlands, Alex West could win this whole race. After this group is whittled down to, the main contenders after Box Hill, we'll have to look at sprint numbers, who's the big sprinter. But right now, it's going to be a climber's race. I'm watching the Dart Frog right now off the back. His heart rate looks very good. I wonder if he's waiting for something, because if he's ever in a race, he can do it. I see someone on the front. Okay, Merritt, Cryogen. So this is what I was talking about earlier. There are a couple Cryogen riders still here. And in the bottom left, there's Dan Fleeman, who's also a Cryogen rider. So I wonder if they're coordinating. I wonder if they're talking to each other. Because even though it's an individual race, there's still a lot of team tactics. I think Cryogen has 2 in here, and so does Canyon. So Cryogen has Merritt and Fleeman. And Canyon has West and Vujasin. So he's still going Merritt. He's absolutely crushing it off the front right now. But I'm not sure what the move is, if it's to set up Dan Fleeman so the pack has to chase Merritt up Box Hill. Is he stringing out this bunch? It doesn't look like it. Frank is in the back, but okay, Sam Lindsay, but no one's really caught off guard. This might be a move. This might be a move for Dan Fleeman, so I'm not quite sure. He's still holding 6.0 because I don't think he can hold this all the way up the hill. He's going to have to crack. So Dan, oh, it looks like there's one more Cryogen rider, White. So there's 3 Cryogen riders. Oh, and wait, I may have seen 4. I'm trying to look for these Pier jerseys. No, there's only 2 in this pack. So it looks like Fleeman and White. And then there's another Cryogen rider off the front. So I think they're trying to... Uh-oh. That's bad. Okay. I think they're trying to set up Oh man, I almost just had a heart attack because if we had clicked that rider and we lost this whole pack, that would have been donezo. So I'm glad we did it. Okay, we just crossed Box Hill, going up one more time. The times are going to range around 5 minutes and 30 seconds. It's going to be a steep uphill. Watch my cursor in the top right. Do you see the arrow right here? This is where the riders are. They're going to make this right turn right here, and then they're going to go up Box Hill. Steady 5 to 7% incline for the entire 5 minutes. It doesn't undulate too much. It's going to be a long, steady effort. Brainland, I saw a red number, but I don't think he's trying to explode. Okay, who's going? Vuyasin. Now Vuyasin's the hill climbing threat. Let's look at all 4 of our guys. They're all still in this pack. Brainland is in the top left. He's jumping out of the saddle. Fleeman's in the bottom left. He's also out of the saddle. The top right is Frank Sorbara, and in the bottom right is Alex West. Now all 4 of these riders are still in this pack. We just started Box Hill. I see one rider off the back. Okay, that's the Cryogen rider. That's Merit. So that was a move. I assume it was a domestique move for his other teammates. He's off the back. Waldemar is hanging in there. The Dart Frog 181. Okay, so the Dart Frog is looking good. Up at the front, I see all these avatars getting out of the saddle. Red numbers. Okay, here we go. Okay, Sam Lindsay and Dan Fleeman. Dan Fleeman's in the bottom left. Here goes Dan. He's holding on Sam Lindsay's wheel. 8.0, 500 watts, 186 heart rate. These guys are pushing. They're giving it everything. But Brainland is holding on, and Alex West is holding on. So 3 of the 4 are here. Okay, and there's Frank. Okay. Come on, Frank. Come on, Frank. Because if he loses this draft, that might be enough for them to get away. There's 6 of them up there. Frank really needs to grab a wheel. Trzynski really needs to work for him. Okay, here's the Dart. I saw the Dart. The Dart's trying to grab that wheel also. Brainland. Bike is there. I don't know. I don't think it's Bike. So it's this front group of 6. So if you look in the top left, this is Brainland. That's the avatar we're on right now. And the bottom left is Dan Fleeman. Those 2 are here. Dan is in the blue jersey right here. And Brainland is in the... he's in the Alienware jersey right here. Bottom right, Alex West. Alex West is in this sweet Canyon jersey right here. A couple of them came back together. The Dart came back together, and Frank is back together. So all 4 of these riders back together. 11 of them now. Still climbing up Box. About halfway done with Box Hill. Again, look at this top right. They'll go around this U-turn, and the hill will continue. Not quite at the top. See the pack. See the purple dots up here being strung out. I'm going to zoom out. I'm looking for any other attacks. Dan Fleeman. There goes Dan. Bottom left. Let's show Dan. Okay, there's Dan out of the saddle. Giving it everything. 183 heart rate. 600 watts. Oh my goodness. And the arrow power up. This is all in, boys. This is all in. Dan Fleeman's going all in. He pushed the chips. No backsies on this one. All in with the arrow power up. And he could have saved that for the finish, too. I can't believe it. He didn't fool Sam Lindsay. Sam Lindsay's still on the wheel. There's no going back for Dan Fleeman. This is Dan Fleeman's move. He has to stick with it. The arrow power up is out. He has to keep going. Vuyasin is a second back, but I think Vuyasin's going to grab it because he just punched out 600 watts. This top 6. Brainland, West, and Fleeman. All 3 of these guys are still here. Let's show them all. So the 3 top left, Sam Brainland is still here. Bottom left, Dan Fleeman just absolutely shellacked this entire group. Used the arrow power up. Blew up everyone in this front pack. Whittled it down to 10, I believe. Alex West also in this pack, and he's in the bottom right. The only one that is in the second pack now is Frank, and Frank's only 2 seconds back. And this group might come back together, guys. Wow, even after that attack. And Frank's got it. I just saw a red number pop out, 500 watts. He's going to latch on again. 185 heart rate. They're all together again. The Dart, 186. Uh-oh, again. No, it's not Dan Fleeman. It's Sam Lindsay this time. Sam Lindsay crested. He's going up for a 1 more 5% incline, and then the KOM banner. So Sam Lindsay, Alex West, they're all still strung out, but I think they're all still in this draft. This is unbelievable. All 4 of these riders are still here. And Dan Fleeman on the front again. So we know Dan has no power up. And he absolutely is just crushing it. He's giving everything he can. Look at him in the bottom left. You see him standing up, sitting down, standing up. Just giving it everything. Digging as deep. Coaching.com. Digging as deep as he can. And there they go under the KOM banner. Oh, 9 riders still intact. The Dart is there, but he's been very quiet this race. The Dart, Vujasin, 9 riders. That's it, 9 riders. Brainland, Fleeman, and West. All of them here trying to catch a little breather before this one last punchy uphill. I don't think anyone's going to get dropped, but it's just an absolute leg killer up this 10% climb right after you did Box Hill. So you can see the road go downhill, then we'll go uphill for about 20 seconds. The red numbers are going to come out. Let's see them all. Okay, there they go. Is this 3 Innovation riders? So M-Bike, I see Innovation. Sam Lindsay, I see Innovation. And I believe Brenland is also Innovation. Wow, you know, I didn't even realize it because he didn't have INC in his name. But there are 3 Innovation riders out of 9. Let's give Sam Lindsay a ride on. 3 Innovation riders. Alex West. Okay, let's try to figure out the teamwork here. 3 Innovation. Okay, Frank's in the second pack. 2 Canyon, and I believe 2 Cryogen. So there could be some team tactics here. They're going to go downhill, and then there are still a couple opportunities. You can see them all trying to catch a breath, trying to recover, get the heart rates as low as they can. I want to do a little brainstorming about the team tactics here. They'll go downhill and then through the subway tunnel. And then that escalator is a chance for someone to go uphill out of the you know, and really launch an attack, because that's about 1 kilometer out. So that's a spot. And then also there's a bridge over the water, which is another spot for some team tactics to play in. So it might not necessarily be the winning move that's first, but it might be some self-sacrificial moves that are made by all these riders. Now they're just cruising downhill, just absolutely flying 50 miles an hour. You can see some arrow tucks in there. Sam Lindsay. Again, if you stop pedaling and you're going over a certain miles per hour, I think it's around 35, your avatar will go into arrow tuck. So all these riders in the tuck trying to get the recovery, get the deep breaths. Again, it's a race to get the heart rate as low as they can right now. Let's take a peek. Kirchmeier 168, Brainland 146. Wow. Okay, the Dart 138. Yikes. Alex West 152. Okay, so all of these guys know exactly what they're doing. They've done this race hundreds of times. They've done this course hundreds of times. 3 minutes until the finish line. Only 3 minutes left. A lot of these riders can hold close to, I would assume, 7 watts per kilogram for 3 minutes. So you'll see some crazy numbers being dropped. Again, the 3 of our riders that are left are Brenland in the top left, Dan Fleeman in the bottom left, and Frank Sorbara in the top right. Out of the 9 riders, we have 3. I'm just waiting until they go over these boards. I see no heart rate for M-Bike, so I believe this will not count, even though I've seen his name before. Hughes Cryogen. Again, 2 Cryogen riders. Who's going to go off the front and who's going to launch this attack first? Okay, Vujasin. Brenland with a 10, 12 watts per kilogram. Brenland is in the top left. You can see him out of the saddle. Is anyone going to continue these moves, or are they going to come back down? If I see any red numbers continue, that'll kind of... Oh, Alex West with the feather power up. Okay, there's Alex West. Let's get on Alex. Alex is in the bottom right. He's absolutely laser focused. Almost 1,000 watts. This is Alex West's move. This is it. Brenland is not on the wheel. Alex West still has it. Here goes Brenlin. Brenlin's in the top left. Alex West is in the bottom right. They're diagonal from each other. It's two of them battling at mano a mano. I wonder if Brenlin's going to help him out once he gets to his wheel. Here they go. Is Kirchmeier going to get him? Kirchmeier uses the arrow power up. He's using it way early because he thinks this is the winning move. And if he doesn't get this arrow power up now and catch these guys now, the race will be gone. So Kirchmeier was convinced that's the winning move. And Alex West with the red numbers again. 600 watts. It's three riders. Three riders with a 5-second gap on the others. Okay, these three, they're holding 400 watts, 6.0. Okay, and here's the dart with 11 using the truck power up, but there's no one in front to draft off of. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. The dart is using the van, but the van is useless because there's no one in front of him. Oh my god, my skin is crawling right now. Okay, so the dart is still going. Okay. Oh, arrow power up is being dropped. It's Brandland. This is it. No one can contend with this arrow power up move. He saved it this long. No one has nothing left. Kirchmeier used his arrow. Alex West used his feather. Here's Fleeman. Let's look at Brenland. Okay, we can't see him, but he absolutely just out tactically won that race. So it's Brenland, it's Kirchmeier, it's Alex West, the Dart Frog, followed by Sam Lindsay, Vujasin, and Dig Deep Coaching. Wow, what a race. Let's catch Frank on the finish. Okay, here comes Frank. Let me try to click back, see if I can grab Frank. Oh, I think we lost Frank. But look at Frank with the absolute killer of a finish. All right, Frank. What a race. What a race. Awesome job by all four of these riders. Absolutely phenomenal. Brandland in the top left, we saw him just save that arrow power up till the absolute last moment. Caught Alex West's wheel and then launched the attack. Big ups to Sam Brandland. In the bottom left, Dan Fleeman with the top 10 finish. Dan just killed himself up both of those box hills. On the second box hill with that monster attack, pulling the whole group apart. Phenomenal job by Dan Fleeman. And in the top right, Frank just on the front the entire first lap and a half, just leading the pack, making moves all over the place at the most unexpected times. And then Alex West with his late feather out of the escalator, not during the escalator, beyond the escalator, just to try to trick everyone, and it worked. He had that pack of 3, and the winner came out of that pack of 3. So huge props to Alex. Look at those times of 5:21, some of the fastest times up Box Hill. Can't thank you guys enough. That was a great broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. We love the community. Again, if you want to be showcased, if you want to be featured, just inbox us. We'll get you on. Doesn't matter what kind of ability you are, A through D. Again, big shout out to the community, Indoor Specialists, Twitch, Facebook. Give us a like, give us a follow. That's how you can really support us. I'll be back here Saturday at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Do the conversion. We're going to have 4 live riders here, including the U.S. National Champion, Holden Camo. I can't wait. See you, boys. Have a good one. Sterny out.